Hello and welcome back to TNI UK Impacted episode 240, Joe. Coming to you live via the Total Nonstop Impact Network on YouTube and Twitch. And if you listen on the go, then we're also available on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, and wherever you listen to your favorite shows. I am, of course, your host, Bison, and today I am joined by the man, the man coming to us from the void of his own mind, of course, the Joker. Hello, buddy.
How you doing?
I'm good. You love my intros, don't you?
Oh yes, sets the scene, sets the tone.
Sets the tone.
Real dark and intimidating. Then we have a big laugh.
Oh dear! I'll tell you what, mate. This is going to be a hell of a show tonight.
Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to it.
We're going to have a Bison rant or two, guys. So just brace yourselves.
Yes, I've had. I tell you one thing as well, though. I've had a crazy week, mate, because obviously we've launched, as we were aware, or we launched it last week, the Bison by Design brand. I'm wearing a shirt tonight, guys. Look at that bad boy.
Yeah.
One of the shirts tonight. But listen, and I've been going crazy on that. We had a few orders over the weekend with the phenomenal the phenomenal promo card we had going on over Slammiversary. So that was really good. But we could still do with more orders, because we need orders and I need reviews and all these things is what I need to make sure that this takes off and becomes a big thing here. Because it's the Bison by Design brand and it was established in 2025.
Yeah.
Right? And I want it to go for 10 years and be the next Gymshark. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. Yeah. But we'll get there. But mate, let's talk about news, rumors, and of course any of the recap stuff from the past week. Now, this is my bit where I'm gonna have a little bit of a rant. But we're gonna go cry baby fans.
Yeah.
Or is it the world that we now live in?
Oh, eeny, meeny, miny. Oh no, I can't say and go any further because that's going to piss somebody off.
Yeah, exactly. But it's I don't know. Is it the world that we live in where people are wanting instant gratification, and not wanting to see where a story, where a storyline really leads to, and they just want. They want the instant win, the instant.
Yeah.
I don't get it. It's in the world of the internet where you could just go online, you could buy whatever you want, or you can go on your phone and whatever, you can get hold of anybody whenever you want, all that kind of stuff. Are we living in a world where people are losing patience? What do you think?
Oh, definitely. People want unpredictability in pro wrestling, and they want entertainment. We got two of the most unpredictable outcomes in two of the biggest matches of the year, and everyone's up in arms about it. I thought it was absolutely a fucking fantastic curveball thrown on both matches. I'm not happy that Mike Santana didn't walk out world champion, but I'm absolutely loving where it might be going. It's all building to Bound for Glory for me, and it's got me more interested in what's happening between NXT and TNA even more. I'm loving that things have been thrown further down the line. Because if Trick Williams and JC Jin had both lost at Slammiversary, then what else? Who else from NXT is going to come over and really make a statement apart from over Femi probably?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's difficult because I find it really, really frustrating. I do.
Yeah.
I find it frustrating because I love storylines. I love stuff where long-term stuff as well.
Yeah.
Like stuff where it just kind of builds, the excitement builds, you get more and more into it. And then when things become a little bit unpredictable, I like that even more. I think I was one of the only ones that were saying that Trick Williams was going to win at Slammiversary, right? Everyone was like, no, it's going to be Mike Santana. It's in New York. Are you idiots? Like, he's the least likely one to win because it's in New York. Yeah. If anyone was going to win that from TNA perspective, it would have been Joe. It would have been Joe. They would not. I understand. Like all the fans are like, yeah, but it's a feel-good moment. Blah blah blah. In his hometown and all that kind of stuff. But yes, it's too predictable. That's exactly what people, that's what, you instantly think. Now, if they'd have just gone with that, people have gone, oh, well, they just, they just went with the hometown crowd, they just going for the cheap pop.
Yeah.
That's what they would, that's what would have been said.
You can't satisfy anyone no matter what you do. It's ridiculous.
No, it's crazy, but there is no way. There's no way he was winning.
People don't have an open mind on anything anymore. It's either I want this to happen or it's shit.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't give me what I want, that's it. I'm turning it off. I'm never watching it again, which is a load of bollocks because the following week there they are watching the show.
Yeah. The next black one just said, for all the new TNA watchers, Bound for Glory is our WrestleMania. So
the thing is, it's not them that's watching. It's not them the issues with. It's the old school TNA fans. It's the ones that are like, I've been a loyal fan to TNA for the last 20 years, and that's it. I am done.
Yeah, I bet they'll still be watching Thursday. No, I bet.
Yeah, that's bullshit, mate. Bullshit. What is the matter with people? Anyway.
Barry Monkey. By this logic, the hometown man can never win a title. Yep, the hometown man can't win a title because he's always the hometown hero.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I agree. But I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not saying that you can never win in your hometown. But what I'm saying is that in this instance, it was just way too predictable.
Yeah, that Mike Santana was going to win.
Way too predictable, right? That was going to be the case. Now, I said all along he was not going to win, that Trick Williams was going to take that all the way to Bound for Glory, and I still believe that now. I still believe Trick Williams will hold that title all the way to Bound for Glory, and rather than him having that Slammiversary moment, he's going to have the Bound for Glory moment, the biggest pay-per-view of the year for TNA.
Yeah.
He's going to get it there, and it's going to be one-on-one. It's going to be Mike Santana one-on-one versus Trick Williams, and he's going to get a clean win, and that makes him look strong.
Lock him in a cage or something too, but just
whatever,
an extra bit of flavor and really.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Cut the crap so nobody can cheat away.
Exactly. So there's no cheating. There's no jumping out of the ring, playing possum. There's none of that shit, right? You've got to win. You've got to get the 1, 2, 3, or you've got to win.
Well, the last man standing match between the two of them will be really interesting too.
Well, there's so many options. The only trouble is with last man standing is there's no DQ.
Yeah,
which means that anything can happen and anyone can get involved. So I like the idea of just being maybe a cage match.
Yeah,
the cage match that is still got to be pinned. 1, 2, 3. Still got to be pinned. There's like disqualification if anyone gets in the ring or anything like anyone gets involved. Nobody can get involved. It has to be just the two of them. And if that happens, Mike Santana 100% gets my vote. He gets the win and comes out of that looking strong as fuck. And that is where we're leading. I'm telling you, that's where we're leading. We'll see. But we'll see. We will see. The next thing I want to talk about is the Countdown show was a complete bore fest that really needs looking at to ensure people see it and think, man, this looks great. And of course, last minute buys the pay-per-view. Anybody that watched that would have been like, man, this is shite, right? Because it was rubbish. The matches weren't great for a start. The matches weren't great. I mean, yeah, all right. I mean, the impromptu one with Eric, and Hometown Man. We love the Hometown Man.
Yeah.
It still wasn't a great match, but it was.
It kept you awake. Know.
It was this pissed the crowd off.
Yeah.
New York sucks. Out comes the Hometown Man, loving it, wearing his low. I
love this idea.
Top. You know what I'm saying?
NXT and Trick.
There you go.
Yeah, have great. Like Santana and Trick Williams in a lumberjack match at Slammiversary, or even just before them. That would be really cool, just to see who really is on side and who isn't.
Yeah, lumberjack match would be really good. Yeah, definitely. But loads of matches. At the end of there's loads of potential ideas that you can have, but they have to be one-on-one. He has to win one-on-one.
Yeah,
and he has to win clean. That's the only way that he comes out of it looking super strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the way
it's going to be one-on-one regardless. And I'm
got to be. Has to be.
It's like Dead Punk mentioned here. I said it before, and it's like Santana's going to finish the story at Bound for Glory. It's like when Bobby Roode didn't do it. He's going to go all the way from he's going to have obstacle after obstacle and go right way through to Bound for Glory and finally finish the story there. And that was the first thing that crossed my mind when I saw that Santana didn't win. When I wake up on Monday, so I thought he's going to go through all the way and get it at Bound for Glory. And then I saw someone mention Bobby Roode. And I hadn't seen Bobby Roode's title run, obviously, because I started watching in 2016, and Bobby Roode was still there, but he wasn't world champion in the world title picture. But even I knew a bit about Bobby Roode's history as world champion and all the shit he had to go through to get there.
Yeah, exactly. And when he finally got it, he was one of the champion
biggest,
for ages.
Yeah, he was one of the.
He was great.
It was one of the biggest feel-good moments of the entire time.
He was a great champion.
Yeah,
he was a great champion. Now, going back to the countdown, I don't know what everyone's thoughts out there is on that countdown show, but I'd love to hear it. I'd really love to hear from you guys in the chat. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. But for me, this whole panel thing, it fucking sucks. It's rubbish. And it doesn't do anything for the show. It doesn't do anything for the show. You'd be better off just having the, I mean, Dave LaGreca, you could get him come down on commentary or something if you want to get him involved.
Yeah.
He'd probably be all right on commentary, as a commentary guest for it or whatever, given his penny's worth or whatever. But I don't know. It just doesn't seem to work for me. Hi, Swag. Nice to see you, bud. The way that they've done it over the last couple it just isn't working. They need to get rid of that shit. And they need to just get some damn good matches on there. You know what I mean? Just get some decent X Division, multi-man match on there or something. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. Or if you're gonna just going to have 2 or 3 matches, give him a decent amount of length at least.
Give him good fucking wrestling.
Yeah,
that's all you need to do. Give him good wrestling and give them like basically some of the backstories to some of the matches that are going on in the main pay-per-view. That's it. Give people decent like 2 or 3 really good matches in that hour, and then give people the backstories so they know exactly what to expect in the pay-per-view, and then they'll buy it.
Yeah.
Just like, what the fuck is this shit that they're doing? This shit. That's all I got to say. Right. TNA Wrestling is partnered with Rhode Island FC in conjunction with the TNA live events on Thursday and Friday, July 24th, 25th at the Ryan Center on the campus of the University of Rhode Island. And the team's mascot, Chip, will be at the TNA show on the Friday.
Eric going to take him out.
Yeah, I reckon.
Eric have Chip in the hometown mine versus the Northern Armory.
One thing is for sure though, I like all of this sort of kind of stuff. I like when they do this kind of stuff, because I think it helps draw people in as well, gets people involved in like locally as well. It brings people in. I like it. I think it's cool. Let's have a chat about Explosion, Joe. Explosion, did you watch it?
No, I didn't. No,
okay,
not at the time.
Well, you'll be gutted about that, because anyway, let's just talk about it. Around the Ring was with Harley Hudson. That was really good. That was really good. Harley is such a love. She's lovely.
Yeah.
And she comes across really, really, really nice in this interview as well. So it's well worth checking that out. They did the Rascals versus the called Catch Crew, whatever they're called, from last Slammiversary.
They call it Catch Crew.
That's it. They did that from last year's Slammiversary as well.
That was a good match.
That opened the show.
Yeah.
But the main event was Danny Luna picking a victory up over, of course, the KO legend Rosemary.
Wow.
It was actually a pretty good match. Danny, I wasn't sure whether Danny had picked up an injury in her leg, but it was one of those, like, Rosemary had been working on it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And no, it was a pretty decent match. They gave her a bit of time, and it was nice to see Rosemary, as we haven't seen her for a little while. So it was good to see Rosemary in a match. Obviously, Danny picked up the win, which was good with her as well, because she needs to get some momentum as a single star if she's ever going to have a chance of winning that Knockouts title anyway. Who knows? It could be Danny Luna who brings it home.
Although I could see it being Tessa Blanchard.
Could be.
Yeah.
It could be. But there you go. That's what happened on Explosion. Now, it's also been made official that Bound for Glory will be at the, I think that's Tsongas. Is it Tsongas Center? Tsongas, I don't know, in Lowell, Massachusetts. And it's marking the first TNA live event in Lowell since 2013, and the first TNA pay-per-view in the city since the legendary 2008 lockdown event on Sunday, October 12th. Cool.
I'm hoping Eddie Edwards gets a big match in this event. I hope we get Eddie versus Steve Macklin for the international title.
Yeah, that would actually be a really.
It's a match it's a match that Macklin wants, and it's in Eddie Edwards' home state of Massachusetts.
That's true.
It would be so cool to have that match. If they could build something between Eddie Edwards and Macklin now.
That would be cool. That would be a really cool match. Actually, I never even thought about that, but that would be really good. But I mean, obviously, we've got one match set up, but we'll talk about that later. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, good. Bound for Glory set. I'm excited. I've not actually looked at the venue. I've got no idea. Some people were saying it can hold up to 10,000 for wrestling. So who knows?
Yeah, they'll be probably aiming for about 7,000, 8,000. But I'm pretty sure if the demand's there, they'll do what we did with Slammiversary and slowly open it up.
They're going to be aiming to beat.
Yeah, but Emergence has already sold over half its amount of tickets, and it's about the same size as Slammiversary, if not slightly smaller. And they've already sold over half their tickets.
Wow, that's good.
That was before Slammiversary even got started. That was like Thursday or Friday.
Oh, we're definitely starting to see tickets for TNA shows sell right now. We're definitely seeing that. But if we're talking about selling out shows, TNA Slammiversary smashes previous attendance record at 7,623 fans packed into the UDS Arena on Sunday. Amazing.
Some amazing pictures of all the fans and that. And Matt Hardy has got some good videos in his feed of the show before everyone come in, and then when the show starts and everything's completely packed out, it's just like, wow.
I'm going to say the arena looked amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know obviously they didn't open up the top tier, but but what they had open, that 700 and that's 7,500 fans were packed in there. They absolutely, they were loud, they were raucous, so they had a fantastic time. I'm pretty sure of that. But it looked great, and all the TNA merch that was on display, like people wearing TNA shirts, people wearing TNA hat. There was loads. So it's going back to they're selling some merch now. They really are starting to sell that merch, and you can see that they are, because they're constantly bringing out new stuff. So that tells you that stuff's selling. Otherwise they wouldn't waste their time creating it, getting it all put up together, sorting out designs and all that kind of stuff. They just wouldn't bother if stuff wasn't selling. So absolutely fantastic to see that as well. Now let's talk about NXT, or NXTNA as we like to call it. Now TNA World Champion Trick Williams called out The Undertaker on NXT following an altercation with his LFG team. Now, The Undertaker looked to teach Trick Williams a lesson in respect, and he did just that when he laid out the TNA World Champion with a chokeslam. Now,
I wish I could have been ringside to see it.
Now the thing is, what I forgot to mention, I should have mentioned this earlier as well before that, is that not only did we get this altercation on NXT with The Undertaker, but we had Trick on Raw also talking about the becoming TNA World Champion, about Slammiversary, calling out The Undertaker, that he was going to see him the following day. Honestly, you just cannot understand or comprehend the importance of this kind of promotion. If Trick hadn't won, then there wouldn't be the TNA belt, wouldn't have been appearing on Raw.
Definitely, and Michael Cole was mentioning it. People are going mad that Michael Cole was mentioning it. Wow, Michael Cole's from TNA.
This is what it's about. This is why they're doing this, because at the end of the day, you know, it's on Trick. He's going on. It's making it look in a positive way, and you know, they're able to then put it onto more WWE programming. Now, if you think about, you know, everyone's saying, oh, you know, you don't hear, you know, mention it on the main shows or through the main, you know, and all that kind of stuff. Well, yes, you do now.
You do now, yeah.
WWE are promoting TNA on Raw, for God's sake. That is super cool.
Yeah,
that is super cool. You can't buy that kind of publicity.
No,
you can't.
You got
you
to.
know, it's, you just it's great for me. I think it's fantastic. Now later that night, though, TNA Director of Authority Santina Marella confronted NXT North American champion, of course, former TNA star Ethan Page. But Marella wasn't there to lay down the law. He was there to make a big announcement. The next Tuesday on NXT, Marella will challenge Ethan Page for the NXT North American title. Now,
Cobra versus Karate Man.
Now, the thing is here is, you know, I don't mind this going on. I mean, this is great, fantastic. The more TNA talent are involved in title matches on NXT or whatever, the better. However, is it really the Director of Authority that we want potentially going off and winning a title, an NXT title, or you know, is it Santina Marella that you want to see up against Ethan Page? Not really. That's not who I want to see up against Ethan Page. I want to see Steve Macklin up against Ethan Page.
Yeah.
Putting his North American title on the line, and Macklin winning that title. That would be that would be super cool.
That would be fucking badass.
Especially now Macklin is kind of like the man holding the line now.
Yeah, it's Macklin and Leon Slater, the guys holding the line.
Exactly. You know, that's where we're at. Hey Craig, nice t-shirt.
Hello.
It's a nice t-shirt. It's not quite one of these.
No, man, this is worth its weight in gold now.
But this one is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Because it's worth, you know, $14.99 on, you know, BBD.
But people know who this is.
Yeah, whatever. Only at the moment. Only at the moment. Only at the moment.
Exactly.
Right. Anyway,
now we're here.
I know who I am one day. You know, there you go. Jake something versus Ethan Page. That would be good.
That would be banger.
There's lots of opportunities here. But anyway, so that's happening next Tuesday. Meanwhile, NXT Women's Champion JC Dane made her way back to WNXT as a double champion after defeating Masha Slamovich to capture the TNA Knockouts World Title at Slammiversary. Jane was met by Lash Legend and Jada Parker, both of whom have championship aspirations. Now, I don't mind this at all. I don't mind it at all. My issue with this, though, is that I don't think the first people that should be sort of kind of confronting her should be NXT talent. There's got to be the TNA talent, surely. Why was Masha not there saying, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I want my title back. Why was she not there saying, you smashed me around the head with the title belt?
Yeah.
To get the victory. You cheated. Right? You know, I don't understand that. But anyway, that's what we've got going down at the moment. That's what
maybe we need a Bioflex update in here that Mash is actually concussed and out for 8 years because she was hit so hard with the title belt.
Yeah, maybe that could be what it is. 8 years. Wow.
Yeah. Bioflex, you heard it here first.
Bioflex. Yeah, the Bioflex injury reports.
Has anyone actually bought anything from him yet?
God knows. I haven't. Have you?
No. I don't even know what it is.
Anyone in the chat bought anything from Bioflex?
Yeah.
You never know.
Mia, you look like someone who'd buy Bioflex.
Yeah, I reckon Mira would. He'd be all over that.
Head to toe. I don't even know what it is. Is it like an ointment? Is it like a...
I think he would buy Bio Cockflex.
Wow.
No idea.
Yeah.
We dropped the C word.
What?
We love it.
Anyway, guys, make sure you go and check out the behind-the-scenes images from Slammiversary, now available on TNAWrestling.com.
There's some real good ones there.
They are awesome, actually. There's some amazing images of Leon and AJ Styles.
Yeah.
I'm in the chat backstage.
Jeff Hardy hanging off the ladder. I guess that's going to be one of those shots that's going to live in everyone's memories forever.
There was some great shots, some really good backstage stuff. Masha looked amazing. So did the System Boys, but we'll get to that later.
Happy birthday, Casey Navarro.
Happy birthday to Casey. He struggled on, bless him. He
had
a BioFlex injury.
Pardon me.
I love Casey. I think he's great. Anyway, guys, listen. There's not massive amount of news and stuff to deal with. Let's get into this review. Craig's joined us. We need to review Slammiversary, baby.
Yeah, we've been stalling.
The phenomenal Slammiversary. But let's start with the countdown show, shall we? The look of the ring. I want to talk about the look of the ring first of all. I thought the look of the ring with the black canvas and the TNA Slammiversary logo was very eye-catching. I actually loved it. What about you?
The ring looks incredible. The whole presentation of the arena and everything was amazing. It really did stand out. The lighting was great. Everything was just like wow.
The only thing I would say I was a little bit disappointed with. I think that they could have had slightly bigger, like the what they call them, the Titantrons or whatever it is.
The screens.
The screens. I think they could have gone with slightly bigger screens. It's a bigger arena. They could have proper extended those screens and made them massive. But I don't know why they did it. Money, I guess, but they could have done that. Even if they had to hire them for that weekend, some like massive screens or borrow them from WWE, whatever, just some fucking ginormous screens would have been amazing. So for me, that was a bit underwhelming. And I still want to know where the fuck, right, has the LED ramp gone?
Yeah.
We had it once.
It was amazing.
The LED ramp, we had it once. It looked great. Where has it gone?
Yeah. I
just answered your question. They might have rented it in. They might have just hauled it in for that one show.
Well, what's the point if you're not going to carry on using it? You've upset me. I'm upset.
Yeah.
It looked great. Where the fuck is it? Bring it back. For fuck's sake. Anyway.
Happy birthday to Hakeem too.
Yes. Happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah, man.
He was at Slammiversary too.
That was his birthday present, wasn't it?
Happy birthday.
Nice.
Happy birthday. Nice to see you, bub. Right. Well, in a very uninspiring match, the Elegance brand retained the KO tag titles. Enough said. Absolute pile of shit, that was. Joe enjoyed it, but then he likes tits and ass. I like wrestling.
Left tits out.
But left tits out, yeah. No, I mean, I'm glad that the Elegance brand won. But it was rubbish. It was rubbish. What did you think, Craig?
No, mate, I don't even know. I'm not going to say anything polite about it.
It was crap. It was other than 4 or 5, shall I say, very attractive ladies on display. It wasn't a very good match. It was rubbish. And I can't imagine anyone would have been particularly inspired to buy the pay-per-view after watching that match. Anyway, we then get the Northern Armory making a surprise appearance on Countdown to Slammiversary. Eric Young disrespects New York, as you would expect. And of course, all of its fans, when he's interrupted.
And its hockey team.
Yeah, and its hockey team, yes. When it's interrupted, of course, by the one and only Hometown Man for an impromptu match. Of course, the Hometown Man picks up the win. But I have to say that, again, I enjoyed the match, but it wasn't very good.
Yeah.
So far, we've had 2 matches, right? And as much as I enjoyed the Hometown Man it wasn't a very good match, right? So
I'm going to say something controversial here. So we've said about how bad the first 2 matches are. The next match, I didn't watch because of it. I've done other things. I just thought, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm just pieing this off. And the problem is we got 3 of our talents there who are really good, but they've made him team up against. Are we allowed to call him Enzo? I'll call him Arsehole Amore. Because it was just a stage thing for him, and I just thought, I can't be asked. So I didn't bother watching the rest of the pre-show.
Okay, I don't blame you. So I'll give you a rundown of what happened then. So after the longest promo coming to the ring ever from the real one, we then had a pretty weak match followed by a win by the fourth rope team of Real One, Bishop, and Zilla Fatu. Now, I'm actually a bit of a Real One fan, but that promo was way, way too long. I think he's way better in the ring than he's given credit for. Bishop is really good too, and he definitely looks like Sid. He does look like Sid, definitely. And Zilla Fatu, I've seen loads of stuff from him, and he's really good.
Jeff Hardy did all his paint on the night.
Right,
Well.
he's
nice.
really, really good. But they picked up the win over Team TNA, which was Macklin, Jake Something, and Mance Warner. Now, three really great talents basically got beat by, the fourth rope. Now, I don't really get it. I don't understand what this was all about.
I was hoping it would break down and then Santino would make it into a 6-man elimination match or something, or for the international title, or this be like a building block towards a King of the Mountain match at Emergence.
What I will say is right, the amount of time they gave Real One tells me that he's going to be sticking around.
Yeah.
Because why give him all that time to get over?
Because he paid for it. Because he paid to be on the show.
Oh, so, no, did he? Fuck.
Yeah, he did. He paid him for the advertisement for the fourth row thing, that lot, and then he's paid the rights. That lot.
Well, yeah, but is that what is? Oh, let's not get into that. That's
to do with Matthew Raywald as well. If you listen to him during the show, he gave a shout out to the fourth rope because he's all to do with it. So it's kind of like their own little project. So they've elevated it on TNA. Good luck to him. Yeah. If they stick around, cool. If they don't, it's no loss to us.
Yeah, but I bet they didn't pay a penny. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Gibson says they made them look weak. I think I pretty much summed it up perfectly in the description. They just humiliated everybody.
Yeah, I just don't think it. I don't know. I just don't understand what that was about. But I suppose let's wait and see how it all.
Macklin versus Amore, just get that done because let's just wipe him out before he begins.
Yeah.
What happened to the floppy hair as well? Did he do a silly little walk?
Yeah, he did the walk.
But he's got no hair to do it with.
He did the whole thing. He's like an idiot. But anyway, let's move on from that because again, another disappointing segment on that show. And then to top it all off, the panel of Gia Miller, Tommy Dreamer, Dave LaGreca, and some fucking dude from a rock band that I had no idea who it was. Also extremely boring and very uninspiring to say the least. It was shit. So I'm like, what the fuck is this bollocks for an hour? It was just shite. And if anybody tuned in to see that and thought they were thinking about buying, I bet nobody bought fuck. I'd be very...
It was at that point, though, I thought, if you've got Busted Open doing this pre-show and that lot, someone like Bully Ray or someone like that is going to turn up. And lo and behold.
Well, he did at some point, but he did in the main show. Yeah, you're right. But here's my thing on this, right? If you want to get Busted Open involved, it's not a problem with that because like Busted Open do promote TNA. They are very
the podcast is good. The podcast is all right.
It is really good, and they are very pro TNA. I'll give them that. They are pro wrestling, full stop. And get Dave LaGreca in definitely, but stick him as a guest commentator.
Yeah.
Like and he can give his penny's worth or whatever, and you get the name value. He can then go back on Monday and talk about how fucking amazing Slammiversary was on the radio. You know what I mean? Like, do it that way. This panel thing was bollocks, mate. I know why it's there. It's there to try and hype the show, right?
Yeah.
People giving their opinion, all that kind of bullshit. It doesn't work as a pre-show. You need to bin that format off. We need 3 fucking good matches. Stick Dave LaGreca as a guest commentator, and let's go. Let's have that. Let's have it.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Anyway, I was totally uninspired, and I'd be very surprised if anybody watching that decided, "Oh, this looks great. I'm going to watch the pay-per-view." But there you go, because that's what it's for. It's a buy-in. That's what they are. They're a buy-in show. But yeah, see, Gibster knows what he's talking about. Gibster, check the shirt out, mate. You know, I want to see an order, guys. Come on, let's see some
Is that
orders.
like GTA?
Anyway, huh? What?
What's the GTA font?
Yeah, let's just remember GTA 3, GTA 4.
You like it?
Yeah.
You like it? Cool. It's cool, isn't it? It's cool. The gold on the earthy green. It's great.
Yeah.
I love it. I'll be wearing a different one next week and a different one the week after that. You know, just to do a bit of self-advertising on the show. But they're all great. They're all great. Right. Okay. So let's get into the show. The main Slammiversary kicked off. Mustafa Ali versus Cedric, the Prime Alexander. Now, I'm going to say this after a pretty hard hitting and a few crazy spots from Ali, especially, and of course his Order 4 crew finally get his victory over Cedric Alexander. We all knew that this was coming. We think this was all set up to put Ali over, to finally get the win over his foe that he's never managed to beat. But it was good.
It was a fucking brilliant match.
I mean, I thought there was a couple of missed time moments. It wasn't quite as good as I was expecting it to be, but for it was a very, very good opening match. I would give this at least a 3.5/4 if I was putting a 5-star value on it. That's what this is a really solid opening match. Some great crazy spots in it. And you're right, Ali is an incredible
Tasha Steele has taken some fucking crazy bumps this year. She got powerbombed through the back table by Santana at the start of the year, and then she took
as crazy as her hair. What was that about? I was like, who the hell is that? Oh wait.
Yeah, Tasha got some airtime.
She obviously got Enzo's hair.
Yeah, Tasha took some massive airtime taking Cedric's finisher.
She should have done the dance.
That was incredible. She went flying, and that was just so amazing.
She sold that like a fucking demon, mate. That was brilliant.
Tasha Steele is incredible. She needs another Knockouts title run.
Brilliant.
Oh, absolutely
brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And of course, it's really brought the Order 4 group now back together, nice and close and strong. Thank you, Tasha, for that. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty good match, and obviously a lot of people in the chat thought so as well. Because that was a damn good match. I enjoyed it. What are you laughing at, Mir? What's Mir saying now?
I'm not sure.
He was he was just proof checking one of the facts that was dropped earlier. So I appreciate his input.
What fax was that? Who dropped a fax? Was it me?
No, I think someone dropped the bomb that it's going to be TNA versus MLW at some point soon. Which I was just like, have you got a source? Anything to back that up?
I'm not sure on that one. I don't think so. But anyway, I've not said any shout outs to people, have I? It's not. Let me have a quick look gander at who we got in today.
We got a lot in.
Yeah, we've got Swag Fan, we've got Gibster, we got Mir, we got Next Bike One, we got Bonkers in the house. Who else have we got? Dead Punk. Hey, Dead Punk, how you doing, bud? Not seen you for a while. No matches 7 stars, perfect regardless. By Dave Moses says the point is to get the crowd hyped, and it did the job exactly. Yeah. Who else we got? I said Swag, didn't I? He's in there. Gibster. If you're in the chat, don't forget to say hello, guys, so we know you're there. Leave us any of your comments. Oh, Punk's in the house as well. Freaking Punk's in there, which is good to see. Barry's with us. Oh my God, there's loads actually. There's a lot of people in there.
Yeah, next like David Valentine. Just looking at the chat from the start of the show. Norris is in the house.
Yeah, loads of people in. Fantastic. But guys, listen, don't forget, you're involved just as much as we are, so leave us your comments. We do love to hear from you. Right, okay. Let's talk about the next match, and I actually really enjoyed this one. Matt Cardona and the System defeats NXT Dark State.
This is brilliant. I love the chaos in this match. Was excellent. It was so coordinated and it was so perfectly put together. It was just like...
I thought in this match the System looked great as they hit the ring with the Iron Man style TNA colors. For the first time, they were actually the heroes, which I actually loved.
It was just a face turn.
I think it is. I think
Moose is out for a while now, isn't he? He's having a bit of a break.
Yeah, he's having a break because he's got some injuries. He's got to get rid of and try and sort out. That's why I think they've brought Matt Cardona in. I think Matt Cardona is going to take his place for a while.
Well, it's not a bad thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, they need a bit of oomph behind them, I think. But like you guys say, I totally agree. That match was it was seamless. It was so good in so many ways.
It was brilliant. The story told was absolutely superb. I absolutely loved this show. I thought it was fantastic. And I'm gonna, and you know what? I'm not the biggest, as we all know, I'm not the biggest Matt Cardona fan, but I felt that he gelled so well with these guys.
Yeah.
Like he really did. I want to see him now as part of the system. I do.
Yeah.
I really do. And I can see if Moose is now out, I could see Eddie taking over the leadership role.
Yeah. The major players going for the tag gold and
then bringing in Matt, and then like you say that, because they did say the reuniting of the major players. It was actually mentioned.
Yeah, a few times.
Yeah, but yeah, it's going to be. I think we're going to see some good shit, and I love the way. Not only did they have the Iron Man style outfits with like in the team, like proper predominant in the TNA colors as opposed to the Iron Man colors, if you know what I mean. It was red and yellow as opposed to kind of like that deep burgundy red / gold. You know what I mean? So I thought it looked great, and all of them had TNA on their costume, on their out. Did you see that?
Yeah.
So I thought that was I thought that was really, really good, and I think the system moving forward are going to now go from the heel faction to the boys that gonna
Triple H.
What's that?
Just in the King's comment. One of the Dark State guys looks like a Team Triple H.
Yeah. There's one of them in there as well that looks like Ron Killings.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mentioned that on the night. He looks just like him. Hair, the body, like the skin tone, everything. He just looks like Ron Killings. Anyway, we then find out that Trey Miguel is unable to compete tonight, which we sort of kind of guessed would be the case.
It's sad news.
In the 4-way ladder match for the TNA World Tag Team titles, and will be replaced, of course, by fellow rascal, the young goat himself, Myron Reed. Now, if anyone was going to replace him, that is the man I would want it to be.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yes, it's sad that Trey was able to compete, but it was awesome that we managed to get Myron Reed in there as well. And of course, as noted, we noticed, we talked about this last week about Myron being added to the roster. All of a sudden he turns up on the roster page. So Myron Reed is now on the roster page. Whether he gets announced as officially being signed, I don't know, or whether he's just been brought in to placehold in terms of Trey, I don't know. But Myron has been very vocal.
Yeah, he's promoting TNA.
He has been proper promoting TNA, which is good to see, and he's never done that before. So I think that's great. I wonder whether, obviously, his lady Killer Kelly had anything to do with that as well. You never know. Did you see there was no? I'm wrong. I'm not going to say that. Now, after a pretty solid match, but not overwhelming match, Indy Hartwell to get the win over Tessa Blanchard. But the real news from this was the way Tessa attacked Gia Miller at ringside after the match. So for me, this is probably the most underwhelming match I've seen from Tessa since her return. But what went down after the match pretty much made up for it.
I mean, in what way would you say it was underwhelming, though?
I just felt that
Tessa didn't have that spark of nastiness we usually see from her. I thought she wrestled a solid match, and Indy Hartwell did a really good job keeping pace with her.
I got to disagree. I thought she absolutely carried Indy Hartwell. I didn't see anything from Indy Hartwell that made me go, "Oh my god, I'm so glad we've signed her." This whole friendship thing, like I just thought she got absolutely schooled by Tessa. And the highlight of the match was what happened at the end. I don't think Hartwell should have won at all. But
well, I mean, obviously, I don't know what's going on with Tessa, but she's obviously been taken out for a little bit. She's obviously not around for a little while.
I've got a feeling she will go and reclaim our title from her next.
Yeah, that's what I think that too. I think she's in the women's title at WWE, and then could use that to get herself back into TNA and basically be the anti-hero. And she can rub it into Santina Morales' face even more, but she's the one that's brought the Knockouts division back to TNA.
I just can't wait. Tessa comes back and goes, if you want your title back, I've got to be allowed to wear a white hood to the ring. And just like, imagine that, like the news everywhere. Just
Stop it.
My God.
That would be the most controversial thing ever. Controversy sells, just remember that.
Poor Gia. I feel sorry for Gia Miller getting her head smashed in. That was terrible.
Oh man, I thought she actually genuinely knocked her out.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but this is the thing Hakeem's just said. I think this confirms Gia will be transitioning to being an in-ring competitor. Like, I can't wait for Kia to kick her ass.
I have a funny feeling. You're right, and I also have a funny feeling that they're going to bring in the Macabre as well. I
would love to see. It would be great to see Havoc back and Fulton.
I think this is going to be the start of kind of like we're getting turning her back, turning her into mean Gia, not. Yeah, I think that's what we're looking at.
Sweet Southern Cowgirl Gina.
It could be amazing, and I'd love to see it because she is a fucking great heel.
Yeah.
Because boy, can she promo.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, she's so good. Especially if you let her go in her proper deep South accent, she's amazing. But yeah, there you go. Gibster, I'm not too sure. Yeah, I don't think she is a great wrestler, but we'll see. We'll see.
TNA is where you really develop the skill and push forward. And I think it was a bit too soon to put her in a big match. Or if anything, she should have been on the pre-show.
Yeah, and it is. You're right. I mean, I maybe that's why the match for me was so underwhelming because Indy wasn't up to the task.
Yeah.
Compared to I just felt that compared to the other matches that we've seen Tessa in, like when she was in with Jordan, when she went in with Masha, like Zaya, not Zaya, what was her name? The one I like a lot,
Danny Luna.
No, the Chinese bird. Yeah, even Danny Luna. That was a great.
Yeah, that match on Thursday was fucking brilliant.
So, and then she has the match with Indy, and it was very underwhelming for me. So, and so then what happened afterwards almost sort of kind of like made up for it. But we then get Director of Authority Santina Morella obviously has his security remove Tessa Blanchard from the building.
Santino even said, "Shit, he was that angry." He doesn't usually swear. He doesn't usually break character at all. He was really pissed off.
That was great. And I agree with Hakeem. Indy isn't as bad as Tenille. No, she's not.
No, damn right.
Tenille Dasher's got to be the worst fucking wrestler of all time, and a bitch as well. All she has going for her is a nice ass. That's it. Anyway, after a clear miscommunication with the Elegance brand starting their backstage segment, the Inspiration vow to even the playing field against the Elegance. So, the only sort of kind of like poor thing that happened, I thought, in the night in terms of production thing was that whole right, ready, 3, 2, 1, and off they went. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. That's all you need right now. But it's a shame, really, because they were. It just goes to show how good they are at just switching on.
Yeah.
Because you saw them just being their normal selves, and then all of a sudden, boom, they switched on to be their characters, and I thought that was cool. Yes, it was a mistake, but it was quite a cool thing to see that they sort of kind of could just switch it on. But anyway, so that was that segment. The only thing that sort of kind of made me chuckle a little bit. That made me chuckle a little bit, to be honest. But it was good. What did you think on that, Joe?
What we're talking about the let me just get the script up. So I was focusing on the chat.
The Inspiration and I
couldn't understand what the hell they were saying when they were screaming at each other. So, but I thought it was the celebration and rubbing it in their faces and everything. You just Ash Elegance is one of the best knockouts in the division. character work, ring work, heel, like everything. She's just the full package. And I'm interested to see who the inspiration have got in mind to back them up. Hopefully, it is someone who's not on the roster at the moment, because I can't think of anyone who really will back them up, because Zaya Brookside's got already with Laying Lee, and we got Harley Hudson and Myla Grace as a tag team. So
I've heard, I mean, I don't know how true it is, but I've heard Shazza McKenzie, but I don't know how true that is. But again, with it being live,
that would be incredible.
With it being live on Thursday, it could be anybody.
Yeah, so it's going to add some interesting aspects to Thursday for sure. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, Hakeem, it was really weird how it happened. Did they show that on the screen on at the show then? I don't know. What we got going on? Do you think Tessa will now wrestle with NXT now because she can't wrestle with TNA?
Yeah, I do. I think that's why she's gonna win the Knockouts title on there, and then use it to get back into Santino's face, basically. It's not even about Tessa getting back into TNA. It's about getting it and shoving it in Santino's face.
Yeah, she's gonna go. She's gonna get a title. She's gonna get a title match against JC Jane, kick the shit out of her.
Yeah,
and bring it back. And you're right, David. I totally agree with you. She's got to be one of the best fucking female heels in the world. In fact, I'm not even going to say female. I'm just going to say heels, full stop.
Yeah,
she is good, man. She's, to me, like, her level of heelness is right up here.
She sells moves brilliantly. She like tells the story in the ring brilliantly, and her promo work is fantastic.
Anyone. Like, yeah, you could say what you like about, the bullshit rumors that are going around about her or whatever, and all the crap that people like to shout at her. But at the end of the day, she is a phenomenal.
I saw one of the best crowd signs during her match. Everyone's chanting, "She's a racist, she's a racist," and someone's holding up a crowd sign, "Well, cry about it."
Yeah, man, just crazy.
I thought that was brilliant. It's just everything. She's a racist, and someone goes on saying, "Cry about it."
Oh, she's just so good. You're right, David. You're right. She's just so good. Tessa Blanchard is just so good, and I'm so glad they gave her a chance. And I've always said this from very early on that they could easily give her a redemption arc. They really could. And I think so far she's definitely redeeming herself. She's doing a fantastic job. Now, in a controversial twist, and after attempting to use first the NXT title to knock out Masha, but the ref seeing it, and then eventually, while the ref's back was turned, using the TNA KO title to do the job, JC Jane became the new champ. However, a few minutes earlier, Masha had pinned JC for at least a 10, while the ref was kind of like knocked out in the ring. Now, even after a second ref arrived, she managed to kick out at the final second.
So she was down for about 14 seconds at least.
Yeah. So now this is the thing, and this is what I want to talk about when you got all the fucking crybabies online, like crybabies, right? But at the end of the day, when they talk about putting over the NXT, why? How in this match? Was that talent? How was JC Jane put over in this match? Please explain it to me, because I'm sorry, Masha kicked the shit out of her, right? For like pretty much the whole match. She kicked the crap out of her. Obviously, JC had her moments. She managed to kick her. She had her her offense. She did her bit, but Masha kicked the crap out of her, right? She pinned her, right? For like 10, 14 counts or whatever it was. She luckily got out of that. There's your storytelling. There's a load of stories being told in this, right?
Yeah.
But she actually pinned her at the end of the day. We then get her attempting to knock Masha out with the first title belt, which got seen. So that didn't happen. Cheating again. Cheat. Yeah. Cheat. Then eventually, when the rest back was turned, she manages to knock Masha out with the other title to then get the 1, 2, 3. How? Explain to me how she now looks strong. JC Jane does not look strong. JC Jane looks like to beat Masha, she had to fucking cheat.
Yeah.
She was beat. She was beat in that match.
She knew she couldn't win, and
then to win, she had to cheat. That does not make Jacy Jayne look strong. She might have walked out with the title, but she had to cheat to get it.
Yeah.
The only person that looked strong in that match was Masha Slamovich. She looked strong in defeat. Simple as that. Stop crybabying. Watch the fucking match and understand the story. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That's the end of part 1. Wait till we get to the main event.
Yeah. After the match, TNA President Carla Silver hands Jane the TNA Knockouts World Title.
He tries to hand it to her. She snatches it off of him.
He's proper pissed, isn't he?
Yeah.
He looked proper pissed. Yeah.
But even he was like, oh, for fuck's sake, do I have to do this?
He's not a natural on the TV, I've got to say. He looks a bit uncomfortable on TV, so I hope they don't have him on that much. I mean, he's not Scott D'Amore is very comfortable when it comes to in front of the camera.
Scott was a wrestler, so he's a bit more used to being in the spotlight and everything like that. Yeah. And at least Carlos isn't like Tony Khan and deliberately trying to make himself center of attention.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. See, Gibster, NXT wrestlers had to cheat to win the belts because NXT are the heels and TNA are the baby faces.
Yeah.
So down the line, TNA will look strong when they win the belts back at BFG. Exactly.
Yes, thank you.
I've been saying this for fucking months. That's what's going on. Can you not see this? It's just craziness. Absolutely craziness. Anyway, and Hakeem, no, I don't think we did see that. So thanks for pointing that one out. Appreciate it. Anyway, we then go backstage. Eric Young is furious with the Northern Army after falling to the hometown man earlier that night. Now, the weirdest bit about this was, right? Why? Yeah, but listen, wait. Why were they in the back of an Arctic lorry?
Why not?
Why were they in the back of a fucking lorry? I didn't get that. What the fuck? Anyway,
Eric Young needs his little spaces to try and think. He's not that crazy at the moment, you know. Everyone needs their special places.
Yeah.
It's easy. Even the little spud dog down here.
Now look at that, Swag fan. Yeah. I have to admit, at first I was upset over Masha losing, but in hindsight, I see what they did and why.
Yeah.
There you go, Swag. There you go. Exactly. You know exactly what's going on. Now, let's move on because after what was clearly the match of the moment, the match and the moment of the night, the UK's very own youngest in charge, Leon Slater, becomes the youngest ever X Division champion by pinning Moose. This match was fucking phenomenal. I loved it.
Amazing. Absolutely incredible.
And you know what, right? And I'm going to say this. The reason, another reason why things happened the way they did is because Slammiversary was all about Leon Slater.
Yeah.
That's why. It wasn't about anything else. It was about Leon. And that was very clear because after the match, Moose showed a real sign of respect and strapped the belt around Leon's waist and held his hand up.
Yeah.
After seeing Leon celebrate with his fans and mum and sister at ringside, the phenomenal one's music hits.
So, Leon goes absolutely insane. He forgot. Well, he says he just forgot. He forgot he was actually won the match when AJ Styles had come out.
AJ Styles comes out and the crowd go absolutely fucking wild. And all he wanted to do was give Leon the rub.
Yeah.
He did, however, say during the promo many nice things about TNA, and you could definitely see, certainly when he came out, that it meant a lot to him. And being back in the TNA ring, the house that, of course, he helped build, was quite an emotional thing. I like the way he said. He literally, when people were going on about one more match, and all that kind of stuff, I like the way he said, "Look, we'll talk about that later." But this is all about Leon.
There was rumors going around that we were going to get AJ Styles and Frankie Kazarian, but WWE weren't comfortable with the idea at the moment. They wanted to see where things would go first from after Slammiversary, but we might get AJ Styles and Frankie Kazarian down the line if we do see AJ Styles in another match, which would be really good because Kazarian was pretty pissed about AJ Styles coming back. Given how Kazarian's been one of the building blocks of the whole company too.
Yeah.
And he made that clear on the main event. You can talk about AJ Styles as much as you like. I'm the one who's here now.
No, of course. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. But
I
think I have to say, I think at the end of the day, that what was going on with him in commentary, mentioning AJ Styles and all that, setting everything up.
Yeah.
So as much as the rumors going around, is it it might not happen, blah blah blah. I'm sorry. I think it will. It's just not going to happen at Slammiversary.
Yeah, I think I'll save it to Bambalori, and I think that'll be a great way to put it around midway through the whole card. It'll be a great way to keep everyone's attention.
Oh, for sure. I think that's probably where it's going to go. But let's just wait and see. We've got to stop. What we talked about earlier, that instant gratification shit. People, please, just chill. They know what they're doing. They're setting stuff up. Why just waste everything all in one show?
Exactly.
And again, you don't want
all your eggs in one basket.
No, and you don't want that to overwhelm the show either. This show was about Leon Slater becoming the youngest ever X Division champion in history, right? And he was given the rub by Moose and the phenomenal one AJ Styles. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That was a really, really cool moment. A really, really cool moment. So, that's what I think.
Well, it reminds everyone that the X Division title is the title of TNA.
Yeah. They made it a big thing. He's the face, mate. Yeah. Leon Slater will become the new face of the company, and eventually, obviously, Mike Santana will as well. But at the moment, the face of the franchise, the face of the brand, is going to be Leon Slater, and why not? I think it's
right. I think he deserves it.
He does. He's amazing. And we've said we saw him a few years back.
Yeah.
And said, fucking hell, this guy is good.
Yeah.
We loved him. Thought he was amazing. But there you go. Now, hang on, what's this? If this is the last time he shows up in TNA, as long as TNA fan I found Catherine in this, he showed up, you got a hit with the nostalgia, and it was a feel good moment. There you go. Yeah, exactly. He was there. I thought it was a great moment. I really did. There you go. Swag fan. He got a lump in the throat for what Moose did and for what AJ did for Leon. I totally agree. And I'll tell you now, he's going to end up on WWE at some point, Leon. So there you go. Now, the Hardys. This for me is the most fun match of the night. Okay, so the Hardys win the TNA tag titles.
This was an insane match,
signature ladder match, with the standout performances for me being AJ Francis, Ryan Nemeth of all people, and both the Rascals, Myron Reed and Zach Wentz. We also saw some reimagining of the ladder match that included the rope ladder being dropped from above the ring by Jeff Hardy, who eventually climbed it to get the belt. To get the win for the Hardys. What did you think of this match, Joe? Because I thought this match was fucking great.
This, alongside the X Division title match, was the best match of the entire night. If I was to just tune in for those two matches alone and forget about the rest of the whole show, I'd be happy, because those two matches were incredible. This match was so much fun to watch. Like you said, Ryan Nemeth was incredible. AJ Francis was absolutely amazing, and Casey Navarro fighting through injury. You could see the knee brace on him. You could see he was having difficulty walking throughout the entire match, but he still put off some amazing stuff and took some incredible bumps in this match. The Rascals were fantastic. Matt and Jeff were on 100%. They were not slowing down at all, showing that once again that all the big questions about their fitness and everything is just a load of people nitpicking about anything they can because they're twats.
Yeah.
And the way Jeff finished it all with the ladder, I thought that was brilliant too. Because I think for a while I thought it actually did catch Matt Hardy off guard until I read Matt Hardy's post earlier on today about it almost being Jeff's idea. They had it up there. This is an idea they had for about 20 years. That at some point we have a ladder come down from the ceiling, and one of us goes up and gets the belts from it that way. And
mate, I've never seen that. That's total innovation. I've never seen that ever in a match.
And the shots at the end with Jeff getting the belts down and chucking them on. Like I said, the pictures from that's going to be one of those moments that's embedded in everyone's minds forever. Anyone who saw that match live is extremely lucky, and I really wish I could have been there.
Yeah, incredible. I bet on the night that match was incredible. I mean, Hakeem, you were there. I bet the crowd were I bet they were in awe. I thought this match was fan-bloody-tastic.
AJ Francis that was insane. That was fucking excellent.
Oh man, was it? I mean, it was fantastic, and for a big guy of that size as well, those people underneath, they broke his fall and fucking hell. You see someone, I mean, what is he? He's got to be what, 300, 330 maybe, 320?
320, 330 at least. He's putting enough moves like that. He's incredible.
Yeah, it's like watching Uncle Phil from the Fresh Prince doing a backflip off a ladder. Yeah, man. Very, very cool moment. There's a bit where also they come down on the ladder. They go feet first onto.
AJ Francis manages to position himself so both his legs go over the ladder, and Casey Navarro goes back first onto the ladder. The awareness of both of them to hit that was brilliant too.
Yeah, brilliant.
To avoid as much damage as possible. But
the two swantons as well from the two opposite turnbuckles on the Rascals was really cool too.
Like they didn't break the first time. Jeff was pissed. You could see like, fuck it, I didn't break it the first time, so let's go for another one.
What was interesting as well about I love the way there was loads of shit going on in the ring, right? And I don't know, and I don't know whether anybody else noticed this, but you had Jeff basically casually going around setting everything up. Around the ring, you had all this insane.
I didn't notice it until the commentary team mentioned it, and I watched Slammiversary last night. My attention was so focused on what was happening in the ring and seeing what everyone was doing. But that all the ladders are broken. That was brilliant too. So the only way they could get it was to bring a ladder down from the ceiling. That was such a clever way of setting all that up.
Oh, fantastic! Which is why he did that swanton again, because he was like, "Shit, we've got to break the ladder," And it's like, "Oh, that's the whole thing," that's the whole point. But yeah, no, I thought it was a fantastic match. I loved it. Hakeem yelled timber when AJ Francis fell off the ladder. Nice one, bud. Nice one. I like it. Now, once the match was done, of course, the Hardys win the belt. They become the new TNA Tag Team Champs. Bully Ray makes his shocking return to TNA Wrestling, congratulating the Hardys on becoming the 4-time TNA World Tag Team Champs. And then Bully Ray lays out the challenge.
You're catching up, guys. You're catching up.
Yeah, laying out the challenge for October's Bound for Glory. One more match. Between the two of the greatest tag teams of all time, the Hardys and Team 3D. But where was Devon? That's the thing. Where was Devon? But anyway, it was expected. I didn't know whether we knew this was going to happen because Bully Ray had been teasing it for a while.
Yeah.
Jeff and Matt have been teasing it. If there was one match they would do, it'd be that one.
I thought it would happen in WWE though. I didn't think it would happen at Bound for Glory. So when Bully said, let's do it at Bound for Glory, I thought, well, this is fantastic news.
I thought, you know what? I actually thought it was going to happen somewhere like GCW or somewhere bullshit like that. But I'm glad it's going to happen at Bound for Glory. I've got
a feeling that it's still going to get like Team 3D or the Dudleys, whatever they're going to call themselves, over on AEW against Edge and Christian. I reckon that will happen.
No, this is Devon's last match. He's fighting. He's some posts about.
He's not 100%, is he? He's not in good shape.
But he's getting himself well enough to do this match and put on a fucking good show doing it.
The thing is, it's like surely Tony Coke will go to his daddy. Dad, can I have some more money, please? Because money will talk, and then we'll have. I don't even know what Edge's name is over there. What's his name? Adam Ding Dong or something?
Adam Copeland.
Adam Coping Mechanism and Christian, whatever his face is. versus the Dudleys or whatever. It could happen, but end of the day, I don't know why I've taken a side quest. We're getting the Hardys versus 3D, and that's fucking amazing.
Yes. Yeah. Going to be awesome. Going to be awesome. Now, Director of Authority Santina Morella reveals that Tessa Blanchard is indefinitely suspended.
And the crowd goes wild.
Towards Gia Miller earlier. Yeah. Yeah. You wait till the anti-hero brings that. You wait till she brings that TNA title back. You wait.
Do you know what? A match though, JC Jane versus Tessa Blanchard for the title would be insane. They are both so fucking good. Yeah. At this point, I'm kind of like TNA. Just go sign JC Jane. Yeah. Get her on our roster. She's fucking brilliant. She absolutely bossed it.
Well, they can't do that, can they? Because she's going to fucking WWE.
Yeah.
But there you go. Devon said he lost 89 pounds doing DDP yoga. That's cool.
Yeah.
I lost 10 pounds betting on football.
Yeah, I bet you did. It says he's working with DDP. Devon will be ready for October.
Yeah. Awesome. DDP is so good.
Yeah, definitely. Now, guys, listen. Main event time for the TNA World Title. Trick Williams, Joe Hendry, Mike Santana. I thought that I thought Joe just did his usual, which is fine. Mike Santana entrance, I thought was awesome. No idea who that dude was, that big fat bloke.
Oh, mate, but at least we had a decent rapper on, because the one that came out of AJ Francis, I was like, someone just hand that mic out. It's like, we outside. I'm like, please go outside and leave the mic indoors. That was terrible, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was, don't get me wrong, he was all right, but I was like, ugh. But anyway.
But no, that one was Santana. I was like, I need to find out who he is. He's good. I like him. And he started on Joe Hendry.
He did.
Yeah, Joe Hendry was losing his patience standing there out that long. You could tell he was getting a bit pissed off.
But the crowd's reaction to Mike Santana was fantastic, and he's so over, and he's not just over in New York; he's over everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's good to see. It's good to see. I thought Trick Williams' entrance was pretty badass as well. The choir, and then they did their choir bit, and then the music kicked in, and they sang along with the soundtrack as well, and I thought it was great. I thought it was really, really good. I love that. Now, in a very controversial matchup where we saw some great offense from all three guys. I mean, Trick eventually was thrown out of the ring, and he looked like he may have sustained an injury, which then allowed. And to be honest with you, I thought he had. I thought he genuinely was injured at this point. Right, I really did. I thought it as well. So he sold it extremely well, which then allowed Hendry and Santana to go out for the victory. And what everyone thought at this point was now a TNA win, because everyone at this point now is thinking, right, well, it's down to the two TNA guys. One gets pinned, or the other gets pinned. The TNA world title's coming home regardless, right? Because that's what everyone must have been thinking at that point. It must have been. I was thinking, oh, awesome, here we go. No matter what happens now, he's coming home. Now, Santana goes out for victory. Whatever anyone thought about all of that's what they thought. Eventually, Santana gets the drop on Hendry and lays him out, and is about to cover him when Trick jumps back in the ring after playing possum, it seems.
Yeah.
Pulls off Santana to get the pin over Joe Hendry to retain the TNA World Title, and of course, around the waist of a non-TNA contracted talent. The boy did this, and boy, did this not go down well.
Yeah, Kazarian's got some questions to answer too. He stopped Joe Hendry from winning the fucking match. So what the hell was going on there?
Yeah, so that happened as well. So again, let's talk about this. Okay, now think about it. So we've already talked about how JC Jane won the Knockouts title, right? Again, total cheat. Look weak. They were heel tactics all the way through. Her colleagues helped her, and all sorts of stuff going on, right?
I thought it was a nice clean win.
Oh yeah, sure it was. Now in this match, right, you get Trick playing. Well, you get Frankie Kazarian stopping Joe from winning.
Jealousy.
Yeah, you get Trick then playing possum. Right.
Yeah, doing an Eddie Guerrero.
Right. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Doing an Eddie. Right. You get some great. I mean, Joe actually put on some good fucking wrestling. Actually, right. I was well impressed with that. And we still need him to go heel. I'm sorry, we do.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike Santana looked fantastic in this match. Really, really strong. Trick didn't look as strong as previously, but then he goes out, plays his possum moment. The two TNA guys go at it, give each other hell because obviously they both want to win that title, and then Trick has to cheat, to win the title again. So please explain to me once again how the NXT talent are put over as, being strong in these two title wins. They're
because
not.
you got a huge money partnership with WWE, and that's what they want at the moment. And that buzz, like we've got Hakeem there saying that the crowd were deflated AF after that match ended the way it did. Of course you are, because you've got your homeboy, you've got your hometown man, respectively, not that one, but Santana. You've got him there and that lot. So everyone's like, oh my God, this is Santana's night. And it wasn't that way. This is wrestling. This isn't make-believe. This isn't fairy tale. Do you know what I mean? I love the way it ended. I absolutely loved it. I thought Trick had to win. I'm glad that he won. The same as JC Jane. Both those guys. That is one of the biggest upsets. Look at me. I've got a TNA hat on. I've got TNA merch on. I'm a TNA fan. And the fact that both of our heavyweight titles are not in our company is historic. That's insane. It's absolutely fucking mind-blowing. And I'm here for it. It absolutely, like, deep in my heart, I'm like, it's really pissed me off, But as a wrestling fan, I'm like, oh my fucking God, what next? And we can't predict it. And that's what I love about today's TNA. We cannot predict it anymore.
No, exactly. We can't predict
it. Punk just nailed it as well.
Yeah, because wrestling psychology doesn't exist in an emotional moment. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But the way that people have been reacting is just ridiculous.
Negative buzz is still buzz. Scott the Moore.
This is so good. This storytelling, I've said this, right? I've been saying this for a little while now, that the storytelling that's being told in between NXT and TNA is fucking awesome. There's some really good shit going on at the moment, right? And, like I said before, I predicted that Trick Williams was not going to lose. I said I was one of the only people that said there's no way Mike Santana is winning in his hometown. This is TNA. It's not going to happen. And it doesn't matter, right? It really doesn't matter how pro that crowd is towards a particular wrestler. That is a cheap pop in my books. That's a cheap pop. That's something GCW would do. That's something AEW would do. That's not something TNA does.
No,
right?
funny, you're spot on there though when you say GCW do it, mate. If you go back and you have a look at Matt Cardona, they had, if he won the title, we riot, and there was a sign. They even brought out T-shirts because of it, and that crowd was incensed. Where I was watching it, but I wasn't watching the rest. I was watching the security because I genuinely thought the crowd were going to turn wild. And the thing is we've created a very similar kind of similar kind of atmosphere there. And that's something that, like, in today's TNA, that's what we need going forward. But our villain isn't just some kind of mid-card or something like that. Our villain is the champion of TNA, and he's from NXT. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I love it.
Yeah. I just, I mean, Norris is it's just so childish behavior. Or maybe, think about it this way. Maybe that's playing into our hands. Like we said, at the end of the day, right? When it all
we got Slammiversary Series and NXT War Games coming up in November, we could get TNA Invasion then and have something like that for bragging rights at least. Like that.
In November, I'd say that's too late because obviously BFG is going to happen in October, and I think in October it all comes back to TNA.
Yeah, but even then, we get a TNA, and if we get a TNA versus NXT in November, like end of the year bragging rights, that would be really cool as well.
Well, maybe, but I think the storyline's finished at that point.
The storyline, I'm pretty. Mike Santana is bringing the belt back in October.
Norris. Let me just jump in there, mate. Pro AEW podcasters were making fun of TNA. Mate, let them. Do you know what I mean? End of the day, they're talking about us and laughing at us because they watch us. Last time I watched AEW, you had Chris Jericho against Orange Cassidy in a Bubbly versus Phantom match or some shit. Do you know what I mean? That is the absolute pit of wrestling when you've got a fucking pool and two men wrestling over it. What a load of absolute cod shit. I'm sorry. hate me all you want. I did get like, you know, some hate from an AEW fan saying TNA's over the hill and blah blah blah. That's absolutely cool. I said to him, mate, I've got all the time of day. You send me all the shit you want. That's absolutely fine. Get it off your chest. I don't believe in your product. You don't believe in my product. That's cool. We probably don't even support the same football teams. We probably don't even like the same kind of cheese. Do you know what I mean? The thing is when you've got people who are against each other, that's the conversation. People making fun of TNA, they're making fun of the TNA of old. I make fun of the fact that AEW had the opportunity to work with us. Look at what we're doing with WWE now. You missed the fucking boat, guys. You missed it. You had Kenny Omega as champion, but you disrespected our title on your show. Bye. Do you know what I mean? Will we work with you again? Probably not. You know? Now who's the has-been company? Who's got Dustin Rhodes and Adam Coping Mechanism and all that lot? No one cares anymore.
Adam coping mechanism.
Yeah, it is a coping mechanism, mate. Because last I heard of Edge, he couldn't wrestle anymore because of his neck. Now all of a sudden he's the rated 0 super wank or whatever he is. Do you know what I mean?
We need you and Santino Murder on a panel show together.
I was actually a massive fan of Edge.
Sign me up.
I loved Edge back in the day.
Joe loves edging, but that's all I know.
I heard he loves all sorts of things. Yeah. No. I mean, it's just typical from the AEW fans. They got no idea. They don't watch any of it, and you know they've got absolutely no idea because all they see,
bang on,
all they see is that you know the NXT guys won the belts. That's all they see. They didn't watch the match.
Yeah.
They got absolutely no idea of the stories being told.
Yeah.
Do you know why? Because there ain't no fucking stories on AEW. It's shite. Absolute shite.
Mate, you've got Brian Cage who looks like a fat Steve Blackman now. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, what have you done with the machine, Brian Cage? You've just put him on the shelf and just made him like everybody else. Imagine having someone with that physique and that skill set and stuff like that. All right, he went that good. But he had his moments and stuff like that. It was carried by Sami Callihan. I said it. But you've got all these guys that had all that potential. You've got all these guys who could have been so good. And you've just got a flat product. You've got people who WWE let go. You've got people who TNA didn't want doing all your stories. There's a reason why they're not with us no more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. 100%, Hakeem. I'm with you there.
Yeah.
What an asshole from Fightful, I believe.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
However, to a certain degree, being called a cockroach is actually a compliment in the sense that cockroaches
they don't die.
Are one of the only creatures that would survive a nuclear explosion.
And we've been through some shit. Let's just throw out GFW.
Yeah.
Just say it.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I had a row with some prick about the comments that Jeff Jarrett made online, and I literally said to him, "Who gives a fuck what somebody that's the amount of chances that he had to make TNA strong?"
Oh yeah, I saw that recently.
And you know, let's not talk about that GF fucking whatever it was, the bollock. Was it Global Force or whatever it was?
Yeah,
that's it.
That Global Force Wrestling debacle, along with, you know, just going out getting fucking drunk every 10 minutes. I mean, Jesus Christ, you know, the dude's a complete loser.
He had like a retirement kind of speech or whatever because he wanted one last run in AEW. So I had a little look to see what Jeff Jarrett says. And Jeff Jarrett in that speech was not allowed to say 3 letters. He was not allowed to say TNA. I'm like, is this how fucking petty AEW is? Yes, it is, ladies and gentlemen. Please tune in next week. Do you know what I mean?
But you say it, but again, you know, that's what WWE was like under Vince McMahon. You know, that you weren't able, you were never able to acknowledge any other wrestling promotion, no matter what.
And now we've got Santino Marella saying shit.
Yeah,
I know, literally.
Yes, the legend that is. Yeah,
I'm not playing around anymore.
Love it, absolutely love it. The most devastating finishing move in wrestling history.
Shit!
There's only ever been only one person has ever kicked out of the Cobra. Poof, poof, bah. Yeah. Anyway, so that's my thoughts on it. Anyway, Slam goes off the air. You know, for me, you know, the crowd walking out and all the rest of it, all boos. It was terrible. You know, and interesting enough, you're right. I saw Eric Bischoff saying some good stuff about TNA as well, which is good. And I agree. If we keep, if the brand keeps improving, keeps gaining momentum, the way it is at the moment. I mean, you think about it. In a year, Slammiversary is like almost doubled attendance in a year. So this time last year, it was just over 4K at Slammiversary. This year, we're getting 7.6. You know, we've almost doubled the attendance of Slammiversary pay-per-view, as well as it becoming the biggest gate. You know, anybody, and this is the thing. I said to somebody the other day, right? All these people that are saying WWE's ruining the uniqueness that TNA had. What a load of crap. What a load of crap. Right, like, and let's face it, right? Whatever TNA did before didn't work, right? It didn't work. It didn't fill up fucking arenas. It didn't work, right? So now what they're doing
is modernizing, basically.
Is modernizing the TNA product. It's creating better moments. It's having bigger stars. And I'm sorry, it's putting bums on seats. We are selling tickets now. Yeah, there's none of this giving out fucking 500 tickets to local charities. This is, you know, or free because somebody's in a holiday park or whatever. This is people buying tickets to go to TNA wrestling. And I think that is a big difference to what it was back then, right? I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it. I did. I'm a big fan, but I'm also a fan of it moving on and you know, getting stronger and being successful, earning money, being able to pay bigger stars, being able to be in the talk for contracts when contracts become available. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we need. You know, we can't complain when we lose our stars. We can't complain when you know, we you know, a star becomes available and they just instantly go to AEW and we're not even in the conversation. Well, because we can't give them the money they want. We can't compete with that. Why? Because we don't have the TV deals. We don't have, you know what I mean? We don't have all those. Now, the only thing we're lacking is a TV deal, and I'm telling you,
Carl Silver said that's coming very soon,
and it's coming.
Yeah,
it's coming. And once it comes, TNA is going to fly. TNA is going to fly. As soon as we get that TV deal in the US, then they'll focus on the UK TV deal. I'm telling you, it's happening. And Swack's right. You've got to sell tickets to make money. That's it. Simple as that. How are they going to survive unless they're selling tickets? It's simple as that. And if that, I'm sorry, if we, as a TNA fan, we lose some of those fucking like crybabies, I couldn't give a fuck. I honestly couldn't give a fuck. Just fuck off then.
No, they'll say they're not going to watch, but they'll still be tuning in. They'll still be.
Yeah, of course they will, because they're full of shit. They're not going to fuck it. They love it.
Twitter this Thursday tweeting about it, saying, "No, why did TNA do no?" Etc.
It's annoying. It's annoying.
Attention seeking. It's all it is.
It's childish.
Yeah.
It's absolutely childish behavior. Just watch the show, enjoy the content, understand that everything that goes on for a reason. Every time people start going up in arms about something they don't like, they always get made to look like pricks 3 or 4 weeks or a month down the line. Just stop. Watch the shows. Enjoy it. Realize that there's always a plan. There's a focus. They're going somewhere with it. Just wait and see. Oh, God, gets on my nerves. Anyway, let's talk about this Thursday's live Impact Wrestling, live Impact, shall we?
What, TNA still a thing? I thought it was cancelled. AEW just like,
No, and it's live. It's live as well.
What? They can't do that. They're not allowed to do that. They don't have a TV deal.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anyway, no DQ match is going to be on the line with Mace versus Jake something. Mance Warner versus Jake something.
Oh, this is going to be good.
In a no DQ. I think that's going to be pretty damn
good. Don't want to be in a match with Mance Warner in no DQ. I've seen the stuff he does.
Oh, well, we saw what he did with Sami Callihan. That was fucking nasty.
Iconic, mate. Iconic.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now, we're also going to hear from new X Division champion Leon Slater.
Hardy's will give him a big rub too.
Actually, talking about Sammy, what was your thoughts on the way Moose was absolutely berated him for his weight and stuff on last week's Impact?
I think Moose has been watching you for like a couple of months and thought, right, I'm going to use all that in my next pro against Sammy.
I was going to say, I thought, who the fuck wrote his script? Because I know a guy who hates Sammy just as much.
No, I don't hate Sammy at all. Like, I just wish he was in shape.
I just got to be honest. Yeah, but the thing is, if you listen to it, he's not as heavy as Joe Hendry. I'm just throwing that out there. He's not as heavy.
But he's also about fucking 6 inches shorter.
What's a couple of inches these days?
It's not a couple. It's not a couple.
Well, let's see if they can swap a tire and see what they look like.
But the difference here is that Joe is jacked with muscle, which weighs way more than fat.
Debatable.
It's not debatable. It's a fact. There's no debate. There's no debate. There's no debate. He's shorter, and
my Wi-Fi's really weak. All I heard was that Sammy's the best. So no, with that thing, the thing is that writing Sammy out, or is Sammy going to come back with a fucking vengeance when Moose turns up again?
I think they're putting Sammy out for a while. He'll come when Moose is back. Sammy's going to be back, and they're going to have like an Eddie Edwards versus Sammy Callahan saga with Moose.
That's something I liked when Sammy walked out. Him and Eddie had that moment as well.
Yeah,
I have a feeling. This ain't over. I have a feeling, right? That was them writing Sammy out off screen, but I have a feeling that he's going to be joining his buddy Jake Crist at the gym.
Yeah.
And he's going to get stacked. He's going to get himself back in shape, and he's going to come back and go have some of that.
But don't forget, he had that leg injury a couple of years ago. Yeah. That will still take time to Rosemary.
I personally don't think. I don't think he's ever reached his desired physique since then, because that could have ended his career. Yeah, and I'm just so happy that he's still being active.
Totally.
The crowd still pop for him and stuff like that.
Norris. See, this is the thing. When I talk about Sammy, right? I talk about Sammy's weight and stuff more from a point of view that I am a fan of his, and I want to see him in shape. I don't want to see him like that. I want to see him like, you know what I mean? I want to see him like jacked. I want to see him like ready to get out there and look like he's a killer. Look like he's the death machine. He doesn't look. He looks more like the Marshmallow Man than the Death Machine right now. You know, that's the thing. I don't want to see that. Yeah, and if Scott Steiner is here right now, we know exactly what he'd say. He's fat.
He's a fat ass.
Yeah, exactly. You know. So
but then the thing is, if Scott Steiner was here right now, he'd probably tell him that he'd go 1-on-1 with him at Sacrifice.
Yeah,
well, that's true. That is true. But anyway, that's my thoughts on all of that. Now, we're also going to hear from the NXT and TNA KO champion, JC Jane. We're going to get a concert from Joe Hendry and Jeff Hardy, which is weird because we're also going to get Joe Hendry versus Mike Santana. And that's pretty much all I've heard so far. So I don't know if there's anything else has been released.
Nothing yet. No, I looked before the show went on. There's nothing else, but nothing been released on their website. The last thing on there is all the photos and stuff from backstage at Bound for Glory, Slammiversary. Sorry,
I'm just reading the comments. I just thought of something for Sammy.
Yeah.
Why don't he go thumbs up? I'm round instead of thumbs up, thumbs down.
Thumbs up. I'm round.
Yeah, thumbs up. I'm round. There we go. Maybe it's all part of, like, you know, he's recreating himself and he's just going to be Sammy Callahan, the donut machine.
Do you know what he looks like?
I can't be nasty to him, man. I love him.
If he was to dye his hair fucking blue, he looks like the fucking Blue Meanie. That's what he looks like.
He's nowhere fucking near the Blue Meanie. You are exaggerating me. Mate, that's the newsflash. That's not 12 inches either. Do you know what I mean? He is nowhere near the Blue Meanie. He's a big lad. I'll give him that.
I thought that was 12.
Mate, just no.
That's 12 inches, right?
No.
Oh,
I tell you what, it might not be 12 inches, mate, but I bet it smells like a foot.
Thank you very much. Anyway, but it's live, so anything can happen. And of course, we do know actually as well that although it hasn't been although it hasn't been
New
revealed.
signings. If there's any new signings coming, I want to see Vicious Vicky signed.
So do I.
We saw her. There. She was there on the night.
Flag bearing for Order 4.
She looked fantastic in green.
She did. She looked great. And she's looking great these days, actually.
Yeah.
But the Blue Meanie's a super nice guy. Yeah, I'm sure he is. But what I want to see is Sammy getting off all the fucking high fat foods, getting on some protein, and getting his ass in the gym with his
get
buddy.
him on the show. Get him on the show and tell him.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to do that because he wouldn't come on anyway, would he? So, we've tried to get him on before and he doesn't come on. I'd love to be roasted by Sammy Callan. I couldn't give a shit what he said. I'd be like, yes, I love it.
Oh man, can you imagine him coming on and staying in character?
I'd love it. I love him to roast me. I just want him to come on and roast me right now. That would be great. And I would have nothing to come back with because he's just fucking. It would be awesome. Norris wants the fourth rope guys to say. I quite like to see what a bit more from Zilla Fatu, definitely. And you've got that guy that looks like fucking Sid Vicious.
Yeah, I thought it was Sid Vicious' son when I've not seen
Has
Sid
he been
Vicious
in TNA before, that other guy?
Yes, he had a match.
Right, okay.
When did he have a match?
I think it might have been last year or the year before.
It was a while ago. He didn't look like that then, though. But Nikki Blackheart would be good as well. She's pretty.
What do we think of Jake Painter? That's a couple times he showed up now. I know he gets.
He's good. But... He is good.
Yeah.
Jake Painter's good. Yeah, he's definitely good. But yeah, Nikki Blackheart would be pretty badass.
No, next knockout's got to be Vicious Vicky.
I'd like to see Vicious Vicky. Shazza McKenzie would be pretty good. The Nikki Blackheart would be good. Who else is out there that I think would be pretty good? Oh, we got Jada Stone. Not that we've seen them since they've been signed.
Jada Stone has just finished a tour in Japan.
Oh, okay. So
she's done a second tour of Japan, and she absolutely smashed it out there.
Well, maybe. See, there you go. So we've got. When I'm just thinking of people that could potentially turn up with the inspiration. That's all. So what I was going to say was for Thursday, I think we've also got the inspiration versus the elegance brand. So I think.
Yeah.
But that might be the following day. That might be on the Friday for a tape-in show. I don't know, but it would make sense that was on the live because if they're bringing in someone new, then that would be better, wouldn't it?
Definitely.
But anyway, so. Interesting stuff. Would be cool to see, so you say, some new talent turn up, and maybe we could get some, so and so's cross the line and all that kind of shit. We need some of that. That's right. He was part of AJ Francis' crew.
Yeah,
that's who that Bishop guy. That's right. He was. Anyway, but guys, listen. I think that's pretty much all we got time for this week. Also, if you want to show some support with the TNI UK team, please feel free to. Add yourself a subscription. I believe the super sticker and stuff isn't working at the moment. So if you want to subscribe to the channel, that would be great. It's not particularly expensive. I can't remember how much it is, but it's not very much. But if you wanted to do that, we'd appreciate that very much. I know that speaking to Bill and Jay, that they are planning on, we're sort of planning to put a few extra bits and bobs on there for the people that subscribe. So feel free to do that. That would be really cool. And don't forget, you can also get yourself some t-shirts to support the channel by heading over to prowrestlingtees.com, Total Nonstop Impact. We've got loads of cool shirts over there, and of course J-Bone's Spreadshirt merch store. The links, of course, are below as normal. If you're in the realm of buying shirts or any kind of clothing brand, you're more than welcome to head over to bbdwear.etsy.com, where you can get involved in the Bison by Design brand. I'm sporting one of their fantastic shirts right now. Earthy green, I would say, with the gold writing. Beautiful. I thought I'd wear this because it's the gold writing in his Slammiversary, you see.
Yeah.
See that? See the connection there? But anyway, guys, if you're happy to do that, please do so, and I'll look forward to fulfilling your orders. All TNI shows are, of course, available to all you Listen on the Go fans as audio only via SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, and wherever you listen to your favorite shows. But listen, Limpster.
Yes.
Stooge, where can we find you on the socials?
I gotta think now. Yeah, I'm like here, there, and everywhere really. Just type Limpstar in. It's not hard to find. Like I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok. I've got a SoundCloud going if you want your brain melted by some mixes. I've got to upload some new ones. Do you know what I mean? I was going to try and do 20 by the end of the year. I've only uploaded 4, and 2 of those were old ones. So I've got a lot going on. I've got a big event going on at the end of August I'm working on. And I'm actually, start of August, I'm going to be going to some boxing event. So,
cool.
Yeah, it's a charity boxing event, but I'm not fighting. I'm just going to commentate without.
That's one of my bucket list things to do again. That is actually, by the way, get back in the ring.
Ultimate white collar.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing that. Yeah, that's one of my goals when I get a bit more weight down. Like I say, I mean, I've lost a lot of weight. I look very, very different these days. But that is one of the goals. Eventually, I want to do a white collar boxing match. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see on that. Where can we find you on the socials, Joe?
You can follow me on Twitter at JOKEmptySpace. You can jump onto Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. Look for #EmptySpace, #Into the Void, or if you fancy to stick your taste buds, #DailyGiggle. But approach never mind, and just might keep your sanity.
We said that together that time. Brilliant. If you're interested in find out or finding us, TNI, of course, on the socials at We Talk Impact is where you'll find us. That would be on every single social outlet you can find at We Talk Impact. That's where you'll find us. Hey, Antonio, thanks for joining us. If you want to find out more about Lord Bison, of course, myself, you will be able to check me out on the X at Lord Bison 45, and of course on the TikTok at Bison by Design, and of course the Bison by Design clothing brand is now available at bbdwear.etsy.com. Hang on. I can never get it right because it's always opposite.
Yeah, right, it's just like camera left, right, camera right.
Yeah, and of course it is also, well, it's not at the moment, but it also scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Now, guys, please take the time to help us moving up the rankings, of course, on YouTube by giving us that thumbs up. And if you're new to us and you like what you see and you're a big TNA fan, then consider hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to give the bell a tickle, a little squeeze, and of course a smash to never miss any of the great TNA related content coming out each and every single week from both the US and of course the UK teams. Every single week, guys. Absolutely every single week. With all that said, of course, I have been Bison. They have been, of course, the Joker and the man simply known as the Limpster. And this has been episode 240 of Impacted. Take care, everyone.
Take care, guys. Much love to the TNI tribe. We'll see you next week.